This is an update. In 2011, over 800 people were killed in the north when Nigeria was having Goodluck Jonathan as their president. After Goodluck Jonathan was declared the winner of the 2011 president elections, there was a serious uproar of violence in the North Nigeria, which resulted to the death of over 800 people. It was within 3 days of this election violence that these people were killed in 12 northern states. The riots started with massive protests by fans of President Muhammadu Buhari, the primary opposition candidate, and a northern Muslim formed the Congress for Progressive Challenge and Change. After the re-election, a Christian from the Niger Delta region said that who was the candidate for the running People's Democratic Party. The protests then in 2011 transformed into deadly riots in the northern states of Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Niger, Sokoto, Yobe, and also Zamfara. Relief officials estimated that more than 65,000 people have been internationally displaced due to these incidents. The April elections were heralded as almost the fairest in Nigerian history, but they also were among the bloodiest and the bloodiest, said that Coroner Duka, the senior West African researcher at Human Rights Watch. The newly elected authorities should quickly build on the democratic gains from the elections by bringing to justice those who orchestrated these horrific crimes and addressing the root causes of this violence. The presidential election divided the country among ethnic and religious lines. As election results trickled in on April 17th, and it became clear that President Muhammadu Buhari has lost, and his supporters took to the streets of northern town and cities to protest what they alleged to be by the rigging of the election. The protesters started burning tires, and the protesters soon turned into riots. The rioting quickly degenerated into sectarian and ethnic bloodletting across the northern states. Muslims rioters targeted and killed Christians and the members of ethnic groups from southern Nigeria who were perceived to have supported the ruling party, burning their churches, shops, and homes. The rioters also attacked police stations and running parts and electoral commission offices in predominantly Christian communities in Kano State. Mobs of Christians retaliated by killing Muslims and burning their mosques and also all of their properties. According to Christians Association of Nigeria, the umbrella organization representing the majority of Christians churches in Nigeria, at least 170 Christians were killed in the spot during the election riots, and hundreds more were injured and thousands displaced. The organization also reported that more than 350 churches were burned or destroyed by the Muslim rioters across 10 northern states. In the predominantly Christians, in the town and villages of southern Kaduna State, including Zunkwa and also in Kafansha, the sectarian clashes left more than 500 dead. According to Muslim and Christian leaders they interviewed by Human Rights Watch, the vast majority of the victims in these areas were mostly Christians and Muslims. Human Rights estimates that in the northern Kaduna State that at least 180 people and possibly more were killed, and the cities of Kaduna and Zaria and also their surrounding suburbs. According to media reports and journalists interviewed by Human Rights Watch, dozens of people were also killed during riots in the other northern states. A lecturer of a college on the outskirts of Zaria, he described an attack on the college. You can imagine. When you settle and you see the mob, they were not even in their senses. He said the students ran away, but the mob pursued them into the staff quarters, and they had nowhere to go. The mob beat them up to death and hit them with machetes. 4 Christian students of a Christian lecturer were also killed. Following the violence, a Human Rights Watch and searchers they drove through smuggling towns in the southern part of Kaduna State or Katsina State, interviewed witnesses in the cities of Kaduna and Zaria in northern Kaduna State, and also visited burnt-out villages in southern Kaduna State, including Zunkwa, that resembled war zones with entire neighborhood razed to the ground. Human Rights Watch conducted more than 55 interviews with witnesses and victims of the violence. Christian and Muslim clergy, the national leaders, police officials, also civil society leaders, and also the journalists. They also are victims of this violence. Researchers also conducted telephone interviews with the witnesses of the violence in Bauchi, Gombe, Kano, and Zamfara states. In many of the northern towns and cities, Christians found refuge in police stations and military barracks as well. In southern Kaduna State, the Muslim women and children they flocked to police station for safety. The police successfully protected people in many cases, but they were largely ineffective at controlling the rioting and violence in other places, Human Rights Watch found. Human Rights Watch also received credible reports that the police and soldiers in Kaduna State, Gombe and Bauchi states systematically and beat people surrounded them during or after the riots. Many of the detainees charged at the Chief Magistrate Court in Kaduna City had fresh scars on their backs. Journalists who attended the hearing also told Human Rights Watch what to do. In the town of Azari, in the northern Bauchi state, the witnesses told Human Rights Watch that the detainees were severely beaten by soldiers and also police. One of the detainees, their hands were reportedly broken, while another detainee was hospitalized as a result of the beating. The Nigerian authorities should promptly investigate these reports, these credible reports of unlawless killings and other abuses by members of the security forces. The use of violence by rioters, mobs, and state actors alike needs to be stopped with immediate effects. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. I'm so happy for this. So, viewers, your comment concerning this news is very much important. Drop them so that you can receive notifications whenever you upload new videos after you have clicked on the subscription button and as well as the bell button. Thank you.